these guys, after accusing me of misinformation, are waging war against our old friend Tylenol. That cute little caplet we've known and eaten for years is now public enemy number one. The president and the croakiest Kennedy are telling us not to take Tylenol, which is confusing between the new rules for that and vaccines and who knows what else is next, maybe Flintstones vitamins.
Trump brought Elon Musk to the White House. They bring a Tesla, and Trump's like, I'm buying a Tesla with my own money, and
which nobody believes.
And the man did a full-on infomercial. I'm like, this is the president of the United States.
Yep.
Shilling cars for this low price, one-time offer. You can buy a Tesla if you call now, and for this short time, limited period.
The latest season of Trump's presidency isn't a drama. It's a sitcom written by accident and directed by chaos. Jimmy Kimmel and Trevor Noah don't even need to sharpen their jokes. The punchlines walk out on stage themselves. Trump wanted to star in history's greatest epic, yet he keeps stumbling into scenes fit only for blooper reels. Kimmel compares him to a man who orders a steak, burns down the restaurant, and then demands applause for saving the cow.
One very special friend, moments after we taped our show last night, the Mad Red Hatter wrote, I can't believe ABC Fake News gave Jimmy Kimmel his job back. You can't believe they gave me my job back. I can't believe we gave you your job back.
The point is Trump sent out one of his thingies, I don't know what they're called, and it was like, Trevor Noah was never funny, Jon Stewart was only slightly better, and then like he goes on like a rant and he's just like, these people don't realize if they moved more to the center like me, they would have more followers. Then I'm like, center like you? I'm like, my man, you think
Trump's idea of running the country like a reality show remains the gift that keeps on giving. Every press conference feels like a failed audition for America's Got Talent, except the talent is vanishing facts and juggling contradictions. Kimmel seizes on this chaos, describing how Trump turns briefings into open mic night that nobody asked for. Noah doubles down, noting how his campaign promises aged worse than unrefrigerated milk. The wall that was meant to redefine security became the biggest punchline in late-night history, not because of opposition, but because of the sheer incompetence behind it.
The Ryder Cup over the weekend, which kind of explains this caveman-like behavior. The president has been hard at work coming up with all sorts of nonsense to distract us from the Epstein files, including, I don't know if you saw this, but he made a major announcement. I am ordering my administration to declassify and release all government records related to Amelia Earhart. Her final tip and everything else about her. Thank you for...
What is he going to do when he loses?
Yeah, people act like he's going to...
I'm being for real about this, by the way. Like, I think people take for granted that guy thinks everything is a conspiracy.
Trev, you're smarter than me. Please explain this to people, because I've been trying to tell people this. It's not going to be a peaceful transfer of power. I don't think it's going to be a transfer of power at all. I don't think he's going anywhere.
I don't think Donald Trump does anything normally. I wouldn't be shocked if he just goes like...
Trump's relationship with numbers is as shaky as his leadership. Kimmel mocks his endless, record-breaking claims, while Noah compares his economic boasts to a salesman pitching a car without an engine. Every exaggeration inflates his ego, until reality pops it like a balloon.
There's more. The White House was told by ABC that his show was canceled. No, they weren't. Something happened between then and now, because his audience is gone and his talent was never there. We're right here, that I can't argue with. Shut the up. The freedom of speech is only for me.
Trump's foreign policy is pure theater, all spectacle, no strategy. Kimmel calls his summits awkward ego parades, while Noah points out how he confuses photo ops with diplomacy. Instead of leading the world, Trump turned global politics into his personal comedy tour.
What do you want to say about Eric Adams? He did one thing no other New York City mayor has ever done. He made Bill de Blasio look good. So... there's talk that Mayor Adams might become our next ambassador to Saudi Arabia, which that would be good for Trump, finally, and Eric he can be proud of, representing him. As you know, over the last 10 days or so, we've been through quite an ordeal. And by we, I mean Mets fans. We have, yesterday I was wearing my Mets hat, I was wearing my Mets shirt, and wouldn't you know, the Mets went and did the Metsiest thing possible.
Domestic policy fares no better. Trump promised to drain the swamp, but Noah laughs at the irony. The swamp didn't drain, it got an upgrade. Kimmel hammers the absurdity of a man who campaigned against elites but spent his time golfing with them. Every time he claimed to fight for the working class, another billionaire joined his cabinet. It's the kind of bait and switch that would make a used car salesman blush. But Trump does it with a grin and expects applause.
The president. Why would they want someone back who does so poorly, who's not funny, and who puts the network in jeopardy by playing 99% positive Democrat garbage? Who puts the network in jeopardy? You hear that? There's the threat again. This time straight from FCC Biscuit's mouth. He goes, he says, I think we're going to test ABC out on this. Let's see how we do. Last time I went after them, they gave me $16 million. This one sounds even more lucrative. A true bunch of losers. Only Donald Trump would try to prove he wasn't threatening ABC by threatening.
Trump's obsession with image defines everything. Kimmel mocks his fixation on crowd sizes, while Noah ridicules his late-night battles for online validation. For a man desperate for legacy, he's built only insecurity. And the endless scandals? They arrive so fast that chaos itself has become the running joke.
He's releasing the Earhart file. At least he made it to the E's in the files. That's progress. Tomorrow we release the Ebert files. We will finally get to the bottom of what happened to Siskel. Meanwhile, Vice President Maybelline was making the rounds, attempting to defend his boss and the chairman of the FCC with a new fairy tale even a 5-year-old wouldn't believe.
Celebrities are rallying to his cause, saying this is a First Amendment assault being carried out by the FCC, Brendan Carr, and by the President of the United States himself. And to that, you say?
Well, there are two things. First of all, I'd like them to tell me exactly what Brendan Carr did to have Jimmy Kimmel taken off the air, because number one, he is currently on the air, and to the extent that he isn't in certain stations, it's because he's not funny and because his ratings aren't.
Trump's speeches are comedy gold, long, rambling, and meaningless. Noah mocks them as stories where even the speaker forgets the point halfway through. For comedians, they're a gift. For citizens, they're agony. His healthcare plan fares no better. Kimmel calls it the political equivalent of promising cake and serving an empty plate. All frosting, no substance.
Guys, at this moment, you know Trump, only Donald Trump, the president of the United States, the man who claims to know where technology, economies, markets, all of it is going. He gets in the car, he looks at the instrument panel and exclaims like somebody who has discovered a new world. He's like, wow, it's all computer.
So he's never been in a Tesla.
Yeah, but he doesn't say it's all digital.
No, it's all computer, like your grandma.
It's all computer.
Yeah, they put computer in car.
Trump's loyalty tests are pure comedy. Kimmel calls the constant firings The Apprentice, White House edition, while Noah notes that truth-tellers get booted faster than hecklers. Surrounded by yes-men, Trump mistakes obedience for strength. His environmental failures add to the circus, quitting global deals like a sore loser. Kimmel mocks his empty talk of greatness, and Noah sums it up best. Real leaders build legacies. Trump builds punchlines.
I feel sorry for the people who work for him, who try to clean up the messes. They've been bending over backwards to say, oh, he never threatened. J.D. Vance today made the claim that what the FCC chairman said was a joke, which, I don't know, maybe that was a joke? I don't know. They go to all these lengths to say, oh, it wasn't coercion. The president was just musing. And then the second Trump is alone, he sits on the toilet, he gets his grubby little thumbs on his phone, and he immediately blows their excuse in time, bragging about his $200 million ballroom again. He said it's going to be the greatest ballroom anywhere in the world. Oh, how exhilarating for all of us. He's so excited for these balls, he can taste them. Trump claims he's going to pay for some of the costs of the ballroom as a gift to us, which, thank you very much. We'll never be in it, but thank you very much. And he's already figured out where to get the money. Trump today became the first president to sue the New York Times. He's suing the New York Times for $15 billion for defamation. $15 billion. Where does he even come up? These are like numbers my children make up when they're talking about.
Kimmel calls Trump's social media the world's worst diary, a stream of tantrums instead of leadership. To comedians, it's free content. To the country, it's chaos disguised as communication. Even the economy isn't spared. Kimmel jokes that Trump taking credit for growth is like a rooster claiming it caused the sunrise, while Noah points out his successes were inherited, not earned. Together, they show a man who mistakes noise for achievement and denial for control.
Of hope that I get from Donald Trump is that he also doesn't know what he's doing. He's in it with us, which is a nice change. Oftentimes we're at the mercy of those in power, but he's in the mercy with us. Like we're all locked in a prison cell, but he's holding the key and he's like, we're all trapped. What are we gonna do? We're like, use the key. What? What are you talking about? And the reason I say this is because Trump came out and he hosted a press conference about dropping the bombs. And he was shocked in the press conference. He came out and he's like, the United States military, that's us, launched missiles, bunker busters on Iran, on all their nuclear facilities. And boy, you don't understand. Never seen bombs like that before. And I called. I'm the one who called. I said, drop the bombs. I didn't know I was gonna call. And then I was on the plane, then I said, I'm calling. Drop the bombs. And the bombs were...
Noah highlights how a global crisis became just another stage for Trump's self-promotion. Denial dressed up as optimism and chaos disguised as control. Kimmel compares it to bad improv, a president performing without a script. Instead of solutions, America got ego-driven theater. The tragedy, as both comedians note, is that the only people applauding were satirists overwhelmed by endless material.
Trump announced the suit this morning. He wrote, today I have the great honor of bringing a $15 billion defamation and libel lawsuit against the New York Times, one of the worst and most degenerate newspapers in the history of our country. The Times has engaged in a decades-long method of lying about your favorite president, me, my family business, the America First movement, MAGA, and our nation as a whole. The New York Times has been allowed to freely lie, smear, and defame me for far too long, and that stops now.